What We Lost, When Learning Became Instant, Episode 1. I was not born an educator, although I came from a family of educators. I am a builder, a technician, a corporate man. I do not claim expertise in this field, but I have lived long enough and I observe. During this long holiday, I took the opportunity to have a one-on-one lunch discussion with a colleague. We talked about many things under the sun, but we kept returning to one topic. Has advancement made us better? There are now courses in the university we never even heard of in our time. Some titles of academic subjects even sound Greek and strange to me. Are we truly better off today in career development, progression in family affairs? In the quality of life itself? Both of us were children of World War II. We know how far the world has changed and how differently the young learn today. Have you tried talking to young kids today? Tell me, how long does the conversation last? In my case, many times it does not even last 30 seconds. That is why when my grandchildren ask me to drive them to the mall, I am quick to volunteer. I see that as a rare opportunity to lengthen the conversation beyond those 30 seconds. I deliberately drive slowly, not because of traffic, but to savor the conversation, to stretch the moment, to let the soul breathe together, even just for a while. I came from the ruins of war in 1945. At 80 years old, I have seen the worst and the best of both worlds. I always try to catch up in terms of learning, current events, new discoveries, and the evolution of technology. What I say here is simply hindsight born from life's long journey. You may disagree with me, that is normal. We all see life through different lenses. Next, Episode 2. Then education was slow but formative. Episode 2. Then education was slow but formative. After the war, life was simple. Students learned slowly, not because they lacked intelligence, but because the world itself moved slowly. And in that slowness was a hidden gift. Waiting taught patience. Limited choices taught discipline. Hardship shaped character. Sacrifice built endurance. Teachers spoke about life, not analytics. They formed the mind and the heart together. Education was not just passing subjects, it was forming a person. You became someone, not just someone who knew something. I remember 1957 when Sputnik came into being. In the evenings, we would wait for it to pass and see its white light cross the night sky. It was a marvel, and we watched with awe. That small satellite made us curious. So we researched and learned about gravity, acceleration, and outer space. Not because the teacher told us to, but because we were genuinely thirsty to understand. And I still remember, we had to extract the square root the long way. We were taught the why and the how before the answer. Today, ChatGPT does that in seconds. Young Filipino children now speak excellent English, but many cannot break a sentence into diagram form. They know words, but not the structure. And structure is where analytics is born. Knowledge grew slowly but deeply, and that slowness formed us. Next, Episode 3. Today, education is fast but fragmented. Episode 3. Today, education is fast but fragmented. Today, everything is instant. We do not wait. We do not endure. We scroll pain away. Students jump from video to video, from idea to idea, but nothing sinks in. When I upload a video to YouTube, I always focus on the first 10 seconds of audience retention. If there is a sharp drop in those opening seconds, that means the appeal of the video is very weak. So I go back, revise, and rewrite the opening. I am forced to say, because this is attention span these days, very short indeed. And have you noticed motorcycle traffic today? Everyone wants to be in front. Nobody wants to stay behind another vehicle. Just the other day, I gave a signal because I intended to make a right turn. The car behind me got furious. He accelerated and even danced his car just to show me he was angry. I was not offended at all. I only pitied him. No manners. No discipline, no empathy. If you want proof of how modern culture has shaped character, just look at how people behave on the road. And we now live in a woke culture where people are easily offended, where one mistake can cancel you instantly. So instead of learning how to think, Many young students first learn how to avoid being attacked online, and that fear kills real learning. The problem today is not lack of information, it is lack of formation. The heart has not yet caught up with the speed of technology. So even with TikTok, Google, AI, and thousands of choices, many young people still feel empty, lost, and overwhelmed. We still do not have a clue how AI will shape young people in the future. That is something we all must watch carefully. Next, episode 4, the parallel and the challenge. Episode 4. So let us continue this journey. We ended episode 3 by facing a painful truth that education has become fast and fragmented. Now in episode 4, we will take a deeper look at the parallel, how the old world formed strong people through patience and hardship, while today's world forms fragile hearts through convenience and instant gratification. This is where the real challenge emerges, the parallel. Before hardship shaped us. Today, convenience weakens us. Before few lessons, deep formation. Today, endless information, shallow grounding. Before education built a person. Today, education builds a profile. The real challenge. We must recover what we lost. Patience, reflection, silence, moral grounding. Technology is not the enemy. But unless the heart is strong, the mind will drown in pixels, MVPs, and instant gratification. The task of education today is no longer simply to teach. It is to slow the soul down, so the young may learn again that meaning is not downloaded, but learned through real life. Waiting in line without complaining, finishing a task even when it is boring, saying no to distraction, sitting in silence without a screen, listening to a parent, helping without expecting a like. These ordinary habits build inner strength that no gadget can supply. Observe people attending Mass. They cannot finish the Mass without scrolling. I recently attended the birthday of a 90-year-old. It was attended by a group mostly in their 80s too. What I saw? Half of the time they were talking, the half scrolling their phone. Even this age group is not immune from the infection. I have published 6 books. The first 3 were printed professionally by a printer. But the last 3, I did everything myself. Writing, formatting, drawing, printing, binding, packaging, everything ready for Lalamove to deliver. What did that teach me? Patience, perseverance, craftsmanship, and humility. And that even at 80, in spite of the backaches, the heart can still outwork the body when the purpose is clear.